Hello from Virginia.
Hello, everyone. You've got me twice in 1 week. It's good to see you all. I've got John and let's just go here. I just had my first Christmas party today, so I'm all in the spirit of doing this. So here we
This is
have John and Ray from, whoops, this is not on. Sorry. It's a little confusing doing all these things at once, but we've got Ray and John here from RG Travels. For those of us that have been on a trip with them before, they are amazing travel agents that working out of Florida that keep us just ticking along and all the problems go away.
howdy, everybody.
Do you recognize any names in the chat, guys?
I'm looking. Joanne Ward, Susan Risk. Not yet. A lot of new
Yeah,
people.
lots of new people. Yes. And Ghoulish Allure Aesthetics just became a member. Welcome. I know Matt and John from Art East they thought we were doing a live from a Christmas cruise ship, which
Oh,
would have been
wow.
really nice, and maybe we'll do it next year.
That'll sound really good next year. Yeah.
So John is just going to be in the background answering questions from you. We are live both on YouTube and Facebook this time. So, um, so we have just had a fantastic trip to Indonesia where you guys were so important in keeping the thing ticking along. Um, do you think that we're going to have as many issues that need to be handled with the Christmas cruise?
You know what? If we do, you won't know. Okay.
That's the
Okay.
truth. That's what I say to everybody. We
You,
know how hard you're working because we don't feel any of the pain at all. It's all nice and fun. Um, but I guess it's almost been a year that we talked about doing a Christmas cruise. I've always wanted to do one, and this is different from our regular cruises going on a river, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's different. It's more intimate. Of course, it's a smaller ship. I call it a riverboat now because, the ship to me is an ocean. But it's a little more intimate. You don't have as many people. The boat is not as large. Entertainment is more local, and they bring on the culture of wherever you're overnighting. And it's short compared to a lot of the trips that we do, right? So that's why we also are doing a pre-cruise tour of Budapest and doing a few things there, like workshop for creating your own beads, as well as we like our chocolate. So we're doing chocolate again. And then there's plenty of time for touring. We have a embroidery slash quilt shop we're going to be visiting, as well as some museums that are focused on sewing. uh, really excited about that because that's 3 days. So then it makes this thing a little longer than just the 6 nights that it is right now. But it's much more intimate. You get to know everybody very quickly. Okay. There are no big Las Vegas shows, but what the cruise line does is they bring on locals. If we may be in Bratislava or in Vienna, they'll bring entertainment from offshore onto the boat to do the entertainment. And they do all the food is all locally for wherever we're going to. But it's exciting. It's really good. I'm excited about it because I'll be honest with you, I've never done one of these Christmas markets, and I lived in Europe many years. I do know glue wine. Okay, so I do like my glue wine there. That's something that I discovered when I was way back in my military days. So I'm really excited about it.
So we have chosen the Danube. You gave me a number of cruises to choose from, and I chose the Danube because I want to see uh, the wonderful country, these old buildings. We constantly hear from Hollywood that that's where anytime they're doing a historical drama, that's where they're heading because they're the only place that still have these gorgeous old buildings. So let me just run through where we're going. So we are starting in Budapest in Hungary, which is, if you've been reading up or watching the series Sisi, which is about the Empress of Austria and that area, this is where that palace and so much of her events are. I mean, they have palaces all over, but she considered herself Hungarian. Well, she was Hungarian. um, and then the next day we head over to, well, we're in Budapest for a couple of days, and then we head over to Bratislava, which is now, I want to say the new country of Slovakia, but I'm realizing that it's been its own country for about 30 years.
At least, yeah.
30 years. When I was a young kid, it was Czechoslovakia. And then we move over to Vienna in Austria. Now, we all know about Vienna and their wonderful music and their wonderful pastries and chocolate and crystals. And it is just beautiful. And I'm just showing you some of the amazing palaces that we'll get to visit. This is in Vienna. This is a picture of the Danube at night outside of, right in the center, in the heart of Budapest. Here's approximately where the riverboats will dock. And of course, we're going there for the Christmas markets, these incredibly ancient markets. We don't have anything like that in North America because we're not that old.
Nope.
And you can see these beautiful old buildings that still exist. And just there's in some places the markets are more than just the vendors. It's, you know, they bring in music and they bring in carnival. Lots of things to do depending on where they are.
Don't forget food.
And the food and the music. I believe we are going to a concert in Budapest, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We have, for the pre-cruise, we are going to be going to, I'll give you the exact name of it because I don't want to mess it up. Because I know there's some people that are very well known about all this. We're going to St. Stephen's Basilica and have a performance there, an evening performance in Budapest itself. Unique about the river cruises, Karen, real quick, is you board the ship, the riverboat the first day, and it's just basically a down day because sometimes they try to do it as quick as possible to get your rooms ready. But, you know, by dinner time, you're definitely in your room and you stay overnight. And then the next day, you have another opportunity to go see something that you haven't seen in Budapest. Of course, if you choose to do our pre-tour, there's a lot of things that we're going to be seeing. Yes, it may be embroidery, crafts focused, chocolate focused, but we're going to be experiencing the local cuisine as well as seeing different type of sites that are there. And then it gives you a basic idea of, oh, I want to go back there because you have time to do that the next day. And then also we arrive on the end of the cruise. We arrive the night before. So it allows you again to do some last minute shopping because shopping is going to be inexpensive in Budapest and Bratislava. Mm-hmm. Vienna, creme of the creme, right? It's the top for Christmas markets there. But it is Austria, but it's going to be absolutely stunning. The music, everything that they put together there. But it gives you a lot of time to see things as well as do the last minute Christmas shopping that we all like to do, right?
Now, as we were looking at this, I discovered that the beads, the beautiful beads that come out of Europe, this is the region that it comes out of, isn't it?
Yes. And you probably pronounce it better than me, okay? The Gyongizit beads, okay? I've looked at them and I'm like, oh my God, we're going to actually make those things as well. And I love watching our people do that. Just like when we were doing, we were in Indonesia and Singapore and the classes that we did there, it was just so amazing to see everybody just coming together and experiencing and doing their own little, um, what is it, spiel on what they were making, and the atmosphere that you had. It was just incredible. I really enjoyed doing that. Yes, many of them tried to get me to do some of the batik there, but maybe next time.
I was really impressed with just how every participant um, went at it in a slightly different direction. Like they had different things to bring, and when we did it a second time, how much more they brought to the table based,
Yes,
and the third time even more. Like every time our skills built on the other one. Um,
you really get to see their personalities of
yeah.
how they are. That's amazing. That's what I really liked about it.
So I'm just going to recognize some of the people here. We've got Kathleen McDonald from Boston.
I recognize the name.
Yes, you do. She is one of my crew members.
Okay.
And we've got Hannah Vurit from Denmark. You're nearby. You would just be just over. And Carolyn McKay, she came from Artie sent them over here. And Diana Linder from Billings, Montana. We've got someone here from Kingwood, Texas. Owen Sound, that's just down the street from me. And Sharon from London and St. Thomas. We
I
got
saw
New
the same.
Mexico and Virginia, New York, California. Holy mackerel, all over again. Hello from
Linda
Port
Trainer's
Moody on
here
the West
too.
Coast. Do you know Port Moody?
No, but it's probably here. Some
I
people,
like
Deborah Stats is saying, asking about the date for the pre-cruise. It says 2025. If it does say 2025, I do apologize. It is 2026. Okay, it is 2026.
as I was doing the thumbnails, I mean, we're working on cruises that are in 2026 and 2027. It's hard to we're at
Yes.
the end of the year. My declutter challenge is 2026. I'm going like my head is spinning. I just cannot believe how many years ahead we work on these. Somebody from Kalamazoo. Now, I think Kalamazoo is one of the best city names. It just sounds like so much fun.
Kalamazoo, Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got good cheese. I
We've
like
got a
no
couple of
mean
people we've got Bavarian Girl 123. She grew up just a couple of miles from the Danube. And we've got another person that grew up in that part of the world and doesn't said it didn't look just as special as we think it is. That's the problem when you live too close to things. You don't really appreciate them until you go someplace else. Somebody from Blue Mountain. That's just north of here. And
You got
Linda,
Australia.
Linda Traynor here.
Yeah,
She said she's got 3 friends and her sister-in-law ready to go.
let's go.
Let's go. Oh, Amsterdam trip. Now, that's the other wonderful thing about this trip. You're going to be in Europe, so if you want to fly in to another city like Amsterdam, you can just simply take a train to Budapest and meet us there. You can do a little bit of sightseeing before or after if you want to.
Ramona Wessels, Houston, Texas.
And we have not even talked about the wine.
Yes, that's true. Well, I talked a little bit about the glue wine, the warm wine that you drink when you're walking through the markets. That I remember from Holland when I was living in Holland.
That is a mulled wine, very nice. And we've got another person from Miramichi, New Brunswick.
Pamela from Northwest Arkansas.
We're going to have to get John and Matt on one of these cruises with us. They are wonderful quilt duo from out east. I enjoy their friendship a lot. Okay, so let's just go through the day-to-day of the cruise, if you wouldn't mind. So on the first day, we do have the pre-cruise.
Yeah, so if they do the pre-cruise would start, you'd arrive in Budapest on the 29th of November, and you would get your transfers to the hotel. Nice area hotel in Budapest, 5 star. Stay there for actually November 29th, 30th, and the 1st. So it's a 3 night pre-tour. Nothing scheduled on the day that we arrive except for a nice welcome, 4 course welcome dinner because we want to get to know everybody. But then we get up nice and early the next day, and that's when we're going to be doing these chocolate museum and workshop, have lunch, and then go to the, oh Lord, Messebolt embroidery shop, which it's more than embroidery, it's patchwork and quilting, which you taught me patchwork was the old name for quilting this week. So I was like, oh, they were telling me the truth. Okay, at first. So, and then we have an evening concert at St. Stephen's Basilica. Then December 1st is Culture, Crafts, and Embellishment Day. We're going to be visiting the Goldberger Textile Museum, Museum of Ethnography, and then visiting the bead shop, who's going to be providing the workshop for us the following day. Plenty of time for shopping as well. Then on December 1st is when we actually get onto the riverboat. We do our check-in, we do all of that. We stay overnight in Budapest. The next day we have included excursions that the vendor provides, which is Riviera Travels. And if people know them, they're over 40 years old. They're an English company, and they changed their name to Riviera Travels because they also do private yachts on oceans and things like that, which we can talk about way down the road. But they are known for excellence as well, quality in food, quality in service, and this trip is everything is included. So you have your Wi-Fi and all of that, your drinks and things like that. So when you get on the boat already, they're going to be serving you that. We're going to have dinner, then stay overnight. The next day, get up, get to do an excursion. That afternoon, we start sailing or cruising on to Bratislava. And in Bratislava, you get to see some things in Bratislava. Each port will have an excursion that the company, the vendor, provides that's included in your fare. Then we stay in Bratislava for the entire day, and then it's usually cruising at night to get to Vienna. And then when we get in Vienna, the same thing. You have excursions that you get to see that are included. And also they have excursions where you can opt into if you want to experience it. Like one of them is wine tasting hold on, I should know this, but I just had it
While you're
up.
looking that up, we've got a question from the group. Our husbands welcome.
Absolutely.
We had 2 on our trip to Indonesia, and they were wonderful.
They, yeah.
One needed a little bit of assistance walking, but other than that, he was so much fun to be around. He was a really interesting guy, and a couple were on their anniversary.
Yes, and Gary, one of them, actually even partook in the workshops.
Yeah.
When he did a wood carving, right? And then he also helped his wife with, oh no, he did his own batik in
Yeah.
Bali.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, husbands, travel partners, friends, family, they're all invited to join. If they want to join with anything that is focused on the quilting, crafts, any of that, they're more than welcome to. But there's so much other things for them to do as well, that where they don't have to do that, so that they can leave the person that's totally into the quilting to do their own thing as well. But yeah, we also have a optional wine tasting at Devon Castle. So there are a couple of optional things that are at an additional cost, but you don't have to partake in those because each day we have something that the Riviera Travels includes for your excursion.
And then we turn around and we end up back in Budapest.
In Budapest, on the last day, day 5, we cruise back from Vienna to Budapest. Believe it or not, it's going to be very quick, okay, because it takes overnight to get there from Bratislava. But when we go back from Vienna to Budapest, we're there in the afternoon, just after lunch. So we're back in time to enjoy going to another Christmas market in Budapest. If you haven't seen enough from the pre-tour, or if there's something special that you want to do in Budapest, you'll be able to do that, as well as plenty of time of shopping, because that is one thing that I've learned over the years, is I have to make sure that there's shopping available at all times.
And we have a question from Holly. What is the average number of passengers on a riverboat?
Approximately, depending on this one, I believe it's 100 to 125 if it's completely full.
So we will be taking up either like 25% or like from
25% of the boat, yes.
Yeah.
We will make our mark on the boat and the people. They'll be looking for us.
They'll be wanting to become quilters.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we're always having so much fun. It's been wonderful as we've traveled, and as the group becomes more of a group, you can see people on the side saying, I want to join them over there.
It's true. We always get people, and our people, the people that join us on these trips and things like that, they're always so welcoming and everything. So it's like they're bringing people in and saying, hey, this person wants to meet you, this person wants to talk, loves quilting, doesn't do quilting but wants to learn. It is just a very welcoming environment, which I really enjoy. Barbara, can vegan meals be accommodated? Absolutely. So if you do your registration and your booking, you just let us know what your special dietary needs are, as well as if there's any mobility issues or special allergic, what do you call that? Is that allergies and things like that? We ensure that the ship knows all of that.
And I can vouch that how on top of that you are. You're contacting the tour people to make sure that they've contacted the restaurants. When we get to the restaurants, you make sure everybody knows, and you have the people reiterate it as well to their server as they order their meals.
Yeah, that's what we do, and that's why we travel with the group. Yes, there's always a tour director or a cruise director or anything like that, but as people that have been with us, like Ramona Wessel is saying she'd love to travel with us again, they know that we're sitting there and watching and just making sure, anticipating a few steps ahead each time.
Ramona, I would love to have you on board again, and bring your husband with you.
Absolutely.
You guys were so much fun. You bring a lot of wonderful energy to the group.
And Holly, we're in Vienna just for the day. We arrive very early in the morning and we leave at night. So you'll have plenty of time. Most of the excursions on the river cruises are usually no more than 1, maximum 3 hours. And then you can probably appreciate this and kind of think of the ocean cruises. They always make sure you come back to the ship for lunch, and then you can decide to do whatever you want to do afterwards, and make sure you come back for dinner, because they're toot about that kind of thing. It's really funny how to see that. So you have plenty of time to see what you'd like to see in Vienna.
We have a question from D. Damas has asked, will you help with travel arrangements from the U.S.?
Absolutely. So at one point, we usually do this about 120 days prior to departure, because that's when your final payment will be due for the cruise fare alone. And then we start asking you about if you'd like assistance with flights. In your registration, it'll ask you already, and you could put it in there, and you put your dates or your departure city and return city where you live. And then we'll provide options to you, and you tell us which ones to book. But we are a one-stop shop. Yeah. Where you can do travel insurance, we arrange travel, everything. and then we advise you constantly. So, and the people that have traveled with us know that because we do a lot of informational emails as well as guest Q and A's.
Well, it's also the transportation from the airport to the hotels,
Yep.
um, and from the hotel to the airport, you make sure everybody's on top of their visas that they need, and you the normal way we do it is about when the just before, I guess it would be maybe in July, um, maybe August. We will have a meeting where everybody who's booked, we get together
Yeah.
and you start giving us our to-do list. You've got to do this. You've got to do this. You've got
Do
to do
this, got
this.
to do that.
And people will ask questions. No question is too obscure.
Nope.
People that are traveling for the first time on these have more questions than other people, but it's just amazing. Even when you've been on the trip, you want to know whether you've had what services and things like that will be available. And then we usually have at least two more.
Yes.
One 30 days out, and
Another one about approximately 2 weeks before departure.
yeah.
And then we're still not done with you because even after that, you'll get these little reminders. Oh, you'll be checking in for your flights pretty soon, remember? And then we give you little tips onto that. And then you'll get a welcoming email in the city that you arrive. So this would be Budapest. And then, even like I said, even though there is a tour guide, there will be a tour director on the pre-cruise tour with us. But for those that have traveled with us, you'll know John is sitting in the back of the bus. I'm sitting up in the front of the bus, and we're just keeping an eye on all of that. And then we'll give you as much information as possible because not everybody communicates the same, right? So when we deal with the tour directors, we always give our little touch and say, "Here's extra information, guys," and we email it to you. We also Karen will also establish a WhatsApp group, WhatsApp group for the trip so that real hot items we can communicate that way as well. So communication is the biggest thing for us as well.
Yes, the WhatsApp group has been really wonderful. And the thing is that they don't go away.
No, yeah, I love that
Our
part.
WhatsApp group from Indonesia is still extremely lively, as well
Oh
as the
yes,
one from last year on the Scandinavian cruise.
Scandinavia. Yeah, Scandinavia.
Yeah, so I just wanted to just say again that I'm just going to grab this question. It's about travel insurance. So if you, they can purchase travel insurance through you if you're a U.S. citizen.
That is correct. Or we have some Australians on here also.
Sorry,
Your own program. We can provide quotes for travel insurance for U.S. I always say we will provide that, but it doesn't mean you have to purchase it from us. But we will always give you the most information that you need so you can make a decision.
Okay. So, does anybody have any other questions? I've put in the link a couple of times for the brochure. I'll just put the link in there one more time for the brochure. You can download it. You can contact RGE Travels through that link. And you can ask a question, you can book the trip, and you can download the brochure. And it's just, I can't wait.
I
I'm
can't.
disappointed that we have to wait a year for this.
I agree. I agree. And just to let you know, anybody that's still on here, if you do inquire with us and you always check your spam file because we usually will respond to you within 21 business day or less. And if you don't see it right away, just check your spam file because sometimes inquiry responses will end up there. So just an FYI on that.
Susan Freeman has asked how many have signed up for so far. We've got a number of people on the tentative list at the moment, but it's just gone out in the last week. So we don't have,
It just got out yet.
We've got a number of people that have been on previous trips that have indicated that they're coming, but we are capping this, aren't we?
We're capping it at 40.
40. Okay.
40 means 40 total. That means the quilter, crafter, sewer, and their travel partner, all of that.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. I'm so looking forward to this. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. It's been lovely. There's Linda. Linda again.
And again, you
Going
keep
to new
going to new
places, so I keep
places. So
going.
keep going. We love it.
um, John has just indicated from the background that the staterooms are limited, and that's
Yes.
on a first come, first served basis. So I
Yes.
believe how it works is you go in and you reserve a certain block for us. And there are
Correct.
an assortment of staterooms to accommodate a couple of different price points. But the staterooms are always limited.
Yes. And let's talk about the staterooms real quick. The two different prices on it is let's put it, the more expensive is on deck number 3. The least expensive is deck number 2, but it's both exactly the same cabins. So that you will open up, you will have a French balcony, the big window if you don't want to open it up, okay? Because, it may be
Will be
fresh.
winter.
It will be fresh, okay? So, yeah.
Yeah. And
And then singles are welcome to come as well. And just if you do inquire, just let us know you're looking for single, and we will get back to you what the price will be at that point. It's usually it's not 150% like on a lot on the cruise lines themselves if there's no single cabins. But yes, we want to make sure that the single folks, if you want to come along, you're more than welcome as well. Audrey Kuther. She
She's
wants to
asked
bring
me
her
if she can bring her
dog.
dog.
Hi, Audrey. I don't know. Probably have to do quarantines. That's a good question. If you're serious, I'll check into it for you.
Yes, because
If it's a personal, what do you call those, Karen? Those dogs that
the handheld. Well, the
yeah,
when they
service
teacup
service. Yeah,
or
this
service,
if it's a service dog, the answer is yes.
but you got to have the paperwork.
Yep.
They're very strict. I
Yeah, they are
noticed
very strict, especially the airlines do.
everywhere they were very strict on the reasons. You, you just can't put a blue vest on a dog now and call it a service animal. What was there another one? But Mando's not coming, Audrey. I just want to be clear.
Oh man,
I would really like him to come, but no. Emotional support, yes. So thank you everyone for showing up. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us through the link. Ray and John answer everything within 24 hours. If you haven't heard within 48 hours, I would say check your spam filters, just check the background information because they always do respond. And yeah.
Thank you for that correction, John. I saw that. The French balcony, the Emerald deck, and the Ruby deck. I still think I'm on a celebrity ship, okay? Sorry.
So I just put the link in again. Lily Romeo has just joined. What trip and when? We're just finishing Lily, but it's a Christmas cruise down the Danube in the first week of December in 2026. So thank you all. You can watch it on replay if you have, and again, don't hesitate to ask any questions. Okay, so let me just close things down here. So it takes, I appreciate John and Ray showing up again. That was just wonderful. They have so much knowledge. I really enjoy traveling with them. And I hope that I just have to change over to another screen here. Merry Christmas. If I don't have a chance to say it, have a happy holiday. Be safe and take care because it is a great time to be with family and friends. And we don't want anything happening to our family and friends. So take care, and I will see you next time.